If you're looking to get started reloading in 2023, or possibly looking to make some upgrades, it's always nice to know some of the new product offerings that are coming out. Today, I'm going to do my best to go over some of the most interesting items that SHOT Show had to offer the reloading community for 2023. Now we're going to go company by company in no particular order, so let's get started with Forester. Forester, in addition to its current line of reloading equipment, has what I may be the most excited about. If you've hung out on this channel before, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of the Forester Coax. It's one of my favorite presses. And now, it looks like they're looking into a big brother for it. I don't think there's any official release information for it just yet, but I believe it's supposed to take the larger than standard dies and be able to load longer cases. So if any of those things interest you, you might want to keep an eye out. Frankfurt Arsenal is next, and if you caught my roundup last year, you'll know that they announced two different presses, both the X10 and the F1 press. While they did ship about 50 units of the X10 last year, I think the production is going to hit full stride this year, and if you're the kind of person that needs a 10-station press, your prayers will be answered. There are lots of options that are starting to show up, from feeders to shell plates, so I'm sure some of you may be very excited. If you're just looking to get started in reloading, the F1 press may be more your style. It's a single-stage press with an integrated light from the factory. I believe they're even going to offer this in some type of a kit form, so if you're interested in seeing that, let me know and we may take a look to see exactly what this press has to offer. Speaking of kits, if you're looking to get into wet tumbling, it looks like they're going to start offering kits for the tumblers as well. These should include the media separator that is absolutely a welcome addition when you're trying to sort out those pesky pins out of your freshly cleaned brass. On the powder side of things, there are at least two new powders out from Winchester, and I already have some to try them out. These are siblings of the Sta-Ball 6.5 that was released a couple years ago at this point. These are marketed as temperature-stable ball powders as well, and I'm interested to see how they perform. Sta-Ball Match is more suited for cartridges like 223, while Sta-Ball HD is more for your applications that require a slower burning powder. Clearly we're going to be testing these on the channel. Let me know what cartridge you're most interested in seeing their performance in. Moving on to Hornady, they have expanded some of their projectile offerings, but one of the new offerings they have is a new laboratory scale that provides a .01 grain readout. That's right, not 0.1, .01. The literature I've seen so far indicates it will include a cable, which I assume has something to do with the print spreadsheet function that they're advertising. There are some listings for it starting to pop up out there that indicate a street price north of $400, so it may be interesting to see just how good this scale really is. Along with those offerings, Hornady has released the new 7mm PRC cartridge that seems to have reloading gear and components for it trickling out to the market at this point. I'm very interested in this new caliber personally, but wonder what the rest of you guys think of the 7mm PRC. If we start looking at the RCBS side of the house, we can see that they have dies for new calibers in 7mm PRC, the new 338 Weatherby RPM, as well as the new 360 Buckhammer. Besides dies for those three calibers, among the new products that RCBS also announced are an additional die set offering that are called their Supreme line. These new die sets will include the die set with the chamber gauge, shell holder, titanium carbide nitride expander, all in one kit. These kits may be an interesting option for those reloaders that might normally buy all these items separately. Looking at Lapua, for brass offerings this year, if you weren't already aware, Lapua has postponed production on some of its calibers, at least for the time being. So if your favorite offerings are included in this chart, I hope you have some supply on hand. Testing out some of the 3/8 Palma brass was on my list of things to do. All is not lost though if you like to play with some Precision 22. They have two new offerings with the introduction of 22 long range and super long range, not specific to the reloading crowd, but Caldwell has a new hit indicator that seems very affordable that might be of interest to you. Other things that may be of interest is Area 419 is starting to ship dies. However, they are 1 1/4" dies and require a hybrid or 1 1/4" turret on their zero press or something like the Rock Trucker. They cannot be used on presses that take the standard 7/8 dies, which is most. For those of you that have been using the Short Action Customs headspace gauges, they just released a new funnel, and so far I'm pretty impressed with it. I may do a quick video just to show you guys how good this thing is at keeping powder from sticking to it, and if you can imagine, when it's used with their headspace gauges, it fits perfectly on whatever caliber you're using. Very interesting to someone who's already using their headspace gauges. Another thing that's new for this year is we have a channel sponsor, Midway USA. Midway USA has been supplying reloading gear and supplies for every brand and budget, and this sponsorship is just going to make it possible to have access to tools and equipment that I can check out and review. I want to hear from you guys what subjects and what we should be covering moving forward. The best part of the sponsorship for you guys is that they have no input on the content subjects or information that we cover. I don't have to say anything is good or bad, just give you the details of my experience and give you the hard data that you've come to expect from this channel. I hope you guys are truly excited about all the possibilities that this should open up for us and provide feedback on what subjects we need to cover. I'm already working on a basic series that I had talked to you guys about in my community tab. This type of feedback from the audience, as well as my supporters on Patreon, is what allows me to keep making content for you guys, and I'm excited about what we're going to cover. If I missed something today that you guys are excited about, let me know that too. If you'd like to check out the basics playlist, you can click right here. I've already posted some content there and will be adding to it in the future. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and until then, stay safe in small groups.